All right, scientific notation is something that we often see used to write really large or really small numbers. And so here we are going to start off with standard notation and how to take that to scientific notation. So what you want to do is see where the decimal place is. And if you don't have one, you're going to put one in. And so you're going to move it. Your objective is to have just one number to the left of the decimal point. So I'm going to move this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 places. So my new decimal point is right here. So it's going to be 5.823 times 10 to however many positions that I moved it. So let me do a quick double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is 5.823 times 10 to the 6th. I'm keeping all of the digits that I had that are not 0, but my exponent needs to be the number of places that I have moved that decimal point. A lot of times kids think it's just the 0, and I need for you not to do that. I need for you to say, oh, I moved it this many in order to have only one digit to the left of the decimal point, and so that's the number in my exponent. So that would be a large number, 5,823,000, but now let's look at a very small number. And I'm trying to do the same thing. I'm trying to have only one digit to the left of the decimal point. So I'm going to have to move it. So I'm going to move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times this time. So I'm going to get 5.823. And this time, instead of it being a positive decimal, it's going to be a negative decimal, -5, because I moved that decimal point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm making this a smaller number. This isn't 5.823. It's a much smaller number. So I'm really doing this opposite piece, this opposite exponent. So I'm getting a very small number. And so we can also move from scientific notation to standard notation. So I'm going to look at this one, and I'm going to start with my 3.47, and I'm going to move it, that decimal place that was there, four digits, 4 place values, 1, 2, 3, 4. So my new decimal point is going to be there, and I want to go ahead and fill in the zeros, and I'm going to go ahead and put my comma in. So that's going to be 34,700. And here I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go in the opposite direction. When it's positive, I'm going to move that decimal point to the right, like we did here. When it's negative, I'm going to move it to the left. So I'm going to go ahead and put my 3, 5 here. I've moved it over a little bit. So this is where my original decimal point was. So now I'm going to go 7 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's my new decimal point, and I need to put zeros in order to fill in those places, those place values that I meant. And then because it's a decimal, I want to put a 0 here. So this is going to be, let's see, tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 10,000ths, 100,000s, millions, 10 millions. So this would be 35 10 millionths, which is a very, very small number. And so when we look at that, rather than have all of those little places of value, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 6. And that is what it would look like. So that's scientific notation and how to go back and forth between standard notation and scientific notation.